So it's just about Friday, and you're looking forward to the weekend. But before we can get to that place, I've got 5 things that you may want to think about doing before you leave the office. This is the Youth Worker Daily. Hey everybody, welcome to the Youth Worker Daily, where we hope to encourage youth workers like you with tools, tips, resources, and helps so that you thrive in your ministry. My name is Jay Hyam, and before we get into today's topic, a couple quick reminders for you. This coming Friday, so today is Wednesday that you're watching this, so in a couple days, it's going to be the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference taking place at Christ Church in Sewickley, PA, just outside of Pittsburgh. We've partnered up with these guys for the conference. I'm going to be there leading a breakout Friday morning, talking about the complexities of middle school ministry, and I believe it's not too late for you to register. So if you are in the western PA area, the northern side of West Virginia, the eastern side of Ohio, we want to invite you to come and be a part of the Pittsburgh Youth Workers Conference. Again, that's taking place this Friday at Christ Church in Sewickley, PA, right off of the Mount Nebo exit on 79. Guys, it is a great day of training. The keynote speakers for the day are the Skit Guys and Duffy Robbins, and then there'll be 12 breakout sessions, all led by local youth workers who are in the trenches, sharing about the things that they're passionate about. The cost is only $40, and it includes a Chick-fil-A lunch. If you want to register, I think you still have time. Get on the website real quick at the pittsburghyouthworker.com. pittsburghyouthworkers.com. Right here is there goes the website. Go ahead, click there. Get registered, and then come and say hi to me at the conference. I really hope to see you there. All right, guys, so let's jump into today's topic, and that is what it looks like for us to leave the office on Friday and kick off your weekend. And I really started thinking about this because one of the things I've had to learn in my career is that when the weekend comes around, I want to experience the weekend and I want to have fun with my family. And I know if there's a few things left undone, then I just don't focus well. I think about the things that I still needed to do or I should have done, and it kind of haunts me through the weekend. And so I started thinking about, what if we got into the practice and the habit of doing a few things every Friday afternoon before leaving the office, simply so that we could jump into the weekend and have a good, restful, relaxing, and fun weekend with our families, with our friends, with whatever it is that you do on your weekend. So here's what I want to do today. I want to talk about 5 things that I think are good habits to put in place for us before we leave the office on Friday. Okay, so fair enough? Here we go. Number 1. First thing I think we need to do each week before leaving the office on a Friday is make sure that we've answered all of our emails and our phone calls. I know, guys, I have a really bad habit. I'll get an email and I'll read it and I'll think, okay, let me get the information I need so that I can respond to this email. I can give all the correct answers for this email. And then sometimes I forget to actually respond, or I'll read through an email and I'll get distracted by someone knocking on the door or for a phone call, and I'll just simply forget to answer, and then I'll think, well, did I answer or did I not answer? And then I've got to worry about scrolling through a list of emails, trying to figure out who I've gotten back to and who I haven't gotten back to. And so I've tried to make it a habit of mine that at least on Friday, to scroll through my emails and make sure I have responded to everybody who has emailed me. And if I haven't responded, to make sure I do that, because I don't want to leave the office leaving someone hanging, especially if there was a question about something. Maybe they had a thought or a question about the coming Sunday, and if you missed that email, then you're missing the opportunity to get back to them before Sunday. So here's at least what I try to do. Friday before leaving the office, scroll through my email and make sure I've gotten back to everybody who has reached out to me with whatever questions and answers that they might have, just so that I can leave the office knowing that as of Friday, Friday, I did my very best to make sure I answered all of the emails that came in. Same is true with voicemails and phone calls. If someone has called you and for whatever reason you haven't been able to get back to them, take that time on Friday to go ahead and call them back and follow up with them. It'll be a good practice for you to have, and it'll really show that you care and are interested in the people who are reaching out to you during the week. So do that. First, number one, make sure you follow up and return any emails or phone calls that you might have before you leave the office. Fair enough? All right, the second thing I think you need to do, or at least consider doing before you leave the office on Friday, is to tidy up your office. This is a great practice, and I'm actually going to do a longer segment on the importance of having a tidy office in a little bit. But basically, quick breakdown of why a tidy office is good is because on Sunday, invariably there will be people in the church, way more people than are usually there during the week. And you have a greater opportunity of someone popping into your office or walking by and looking in your office, or maybe looking for you. They come to your office to see if you're there, and they're going to see your office. I know for me, my office sits right in the main welcome and entry space for our church. And so if my door's open, everyone who comes into the church can see totally right into my office, and if it's a mess, well, it's not good. So here's a couple things to think about when you are leaving Friday. Tidy up your office. Make sure your desk is cleared off, or at least organized in a nice way. Maybe take the effort to empty your trash, or maybe run the vacuum in the space. Kind of arrange things just so that it looks nice. If somebody were to stop by and want to talk with you, your office is ready to welcome that person without the distractions of having a cluttered and gross office. And they'll be able to sit, you'll be able to talk, and you'll have a great conversation because you've taken the time to clean and care for your office. The third thing I think is great for you to consider as you're leaving the office on Friday is the question of, are you ready for what's coming on Sunday? Now, this should be a no-brainer for us. If we do our ministry on Sunday mornings or Sunday evenings, we want to know that we're ready to go. But even if you don't have ministry responsibilities on Sunday, you still want to keep your Sunday as a day for you to maybe relate with people, connect with folks, talk with students, hang out in the church space, and just kind of be there for folks. And so to do that without the pressures of things that you know you haven't finished, take Friday and make sure you're ready for Sunday. If it's programming needs, make sure you have everything on your checklist done. Needing props or supplies, make sure you already have them and that they're stationed and ready to go. I know for me, again, leading the children's ministry, that's a big deal for us on Sunday morning. We have a couple different programs that we run for the various age groups. And in those materials that we use in teaching, there are a number of props and supplies that they need. And I always feel better throughout the weekend when I leave Friday knowing that everything that they need for that Sunday is in the classroom and ready to go, and I can just go through and enjoy my weekend. And it makes that Sunday morning more pleasant and enjoyable because I know that things are in place and I'm not running around trying to do last minute stuff on Sunday morning. Same is true if you have a program Sunday night. It gives you that day to just simply enjoy your worship time with your church family, and then enjoy that day that you have with your family and friends. And then you can roll into Sunday evenings ready to go because you've already put the time and effort in on Friday to make sure that you're ready to go on Sunday. So before you leave the office on Friday, just go through that checklist and make sure that you have acquired everything you need for Sunday. The fourth thing, and this might be a little new because it's something that's new to me. I've just started doing this in the last couple months, and that is to take Friday afternoon to just encourage some folks. Now, this might be your own leadership team. This might be the children's ministry on Sunday morning or whenever. But before you leave the office, take a few minutes to encourage somebody. Sending them a quick text message, sending them an email, finishing up any thank you notes or kind of correspondence that you want to do. But just taking the time before you leave the office to locate somebody and say, you know what, I just appreciate who you are. I appreciate what you do. Keep up the great work. You're doing awesome. Just encouraging somebody as you leave the offices, because those things are going to be great for that person when they receive it at the beginning of the week. Their week's getting started, and nothing feels better than someone dropping a couple words of encouragement or appreciation on you right there at the beginning of the week. It'll just lift you up and move you through the week with great feelings. And so take a few minutes to think about the people who help make your ministry possible, and then go ahead and share a few words of encouragement with them. Send them a card, send them an email, send them a text message. Just let them know that you appreciate them, and that you're thinking of them and you're praying for them. I'm telling you, you do that, it'll go a long way in your ministry, and it'll go a long way with your volunteers and your leaders. So, share some words of encouragement. All right, fifth and final, take time to pray for what's coming up next. So, for me, I oversee children's ministry. Sunday mornings is a big time for our children's ministry. And so I want to be praying for what's going to happen on Sunday morning. So take a few minutes on Friday before you leave the office. Look ahead and see what needs prayer or what you want to pray for. And just set aside a few minutes to spend some time in prayer praying for those things. It could be simply the program, like our children's ministry. It might be some of the leaders that will be doing key things on Sunday. Like maybe you want to sit down and pray for your pastor who's preaching. Maybe you want to pray for your worship leader who's going to be leading worship. Maybe you want to pray for that person who's sharing a testimony on that Sunday. Maybe you're praying for your Sunday school teachers or your children's ministry leaders. Maybe you just want to pray for the welcome team who has that important and amazing job of welcoming people to your church every week. Take time, pray for them, and pray that the Spirit of God just touches them and excites them, and they become a great face for your ministry. Whoever it is, take a few minutes on Friday and pray for them. And don't make it like a quick, hey guy, we just pray for the welcome team that they do a great job this week. Like, think by name, know those people and pray for them. Don't just take your children's ministry and, yes, give our leaders great wisdom as they teach, open up the kids' hearts. No, slow down and pray for your leaders by name, and lift them up before God and ask God to use them in powerful ways. Final idea, before you leave the office on Friday, take a few minutes and pray for the things, the people, and what's going to happen coming in to your time of worship on Sunday. But 5 thoughts, things that you need to do before you leave the office on Friday, just so that you have a great weekend moving into your Sunday ministry time. I do hope they were helpful for you. If you have a habit or something that you do every Friday before leaving the office, and it's not one of the things that I've already listed, would you go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me what those habits are? I'd love to hear what it is that you do before leaving the office on the weekend. And I think it'd be a great way to share kind of those habits and things with other youth workers. And so if you have a great habit, something you do, share it with us. We'd love to see it in the comments below. And boy, we'll grow and learn from each other, and that would be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you're following the Controlled Chaos podcast and the Controlled Chaos blog. You'll find both of those things at controlledchaos.fun. They have daily posts on the blog, and of course every Wednesday morning you can hear Justin Herman and Kurt Johnston as they share their wisdom and experience working with middle school ministry. If you're not already listening to them, make sure you take some time to listen to them. Again, you'll find them at controlledchaos.fun. All right, that's about it for us today. As always, guys, we want to encourage you to subscribe to the vlog. If you are finding the Youth Worker Daily as something that's helpful and encouraging for you, we'd love to know about it. Ring the bell, and that way you'll get an inbox message saying that we've posted our next video, and you can stay current with us. And if you are out there and you want more from the Youth Worker Daily, you want to join the community and the conversations that we're having, then follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. And at all of those locations, you will find us at the Youth Worker Daily. That is YTH Worker Daily. We'd love to connect with you. We would love to hear from you. We would love to encourage you even more. So take a few minutes, follow us, and become part of the community that we're building right here. Guys, that's going to do it for me today. We'll see you next time right here on the Youth Worker Daily.